my friends, this is Rick, and this is your seat at the table. And as I said in a couple of videos that I've got going currently, that I am trying to tweak the intro volume of the sound so that it's not as jarring when you first log on to into the video. I've had a few people make commentary about it, and I'm working on it. And I don't know how well it's working, because when I re-listened to the video I just shot from the previous Star Wars entry, to me, I can't. It's still loud. I can't tell because my volume on my laptop is up, and I have to have that volume up in order for me to talk and for the recorder to record. I can't use a headphone with this particular computer. The headphones I have need USB ports, and the USB ports on this laptop are already tasked. So I don't have an extra USB port, so I can't have the luxury of headphones. I could try an earbud, but then it would be all over the screen because it would be stretching across here, and I just don't want to deal with that. The XSplit system that I use has some controls in there, but towards volume and things like this, but I'm not sure 100% exactly how to apply them to work right. I've been just trying to adjust the sound on the laptop using the F key extension up here, and once again, you'll have to tell me if there's any kind of change that's been made. The only other possible thing I could think of is to change music to find some music that has very low decibels, especially at the beginning. And it's a bit tough for me to find free music that I think is suitable for what I'm doing here, and isn't either so bland that it makes me want to cry, or so strange that I can't relate to it, etc., etc. So it's a work in progress, and I apologize for that. So we're looking here at my current MERP installment is Woes of the Blackwood. Oh, and as I said in the previous video, I have two videos I recorded last week with the old intro that's still loud, I guess. So when I do post them, coming up to probably later today, please, I apologize for that in advance. And I'm having apple cider today, this morning. My voice is a little off. It's been off all weekend. I'm not overly sure. It wasn't like I did a whole lot of screaming and laughing and talking. So, right, I don't know. Anyway, Wells of the Blackwoods. This is set near the Rastbourne, or an area in Eridor, Southern R&R, however you want to look at it. There's another module. The one that deals with Tharbad and the area. It includes more information on this, but this is an adventure module set in the Blackwood. So I've had at least one time I ran this as a campaign for some friends, and we had some fun with it. It's kind of far enough out of the beaten track for, it still maintains the flavor of Middle Earth, but it can be very backwater. There's not a lot of villages of significant size. There's no towns. Nearest town would be technically Tharbad in the particular era that you're playing it in. So I got the secrets of the Erenborn, the Rastborn. It says lies under the eaves of the bunch of names I cannot pronounce. Blackwood, Darkwood, however, the primordial forest that covers all of the the southwestern. Notice the Rastborn. I love the words. I love the language. I love reading them because I could pronounce them in my freaking head. But getting it past my tongue-twisted mouth is another animal. Sal sparing, people of the forest edge. Allet Millet, the Order, the Iron Ben, the Woes, the Haunting of Bor Leath, the village. Bor Leath lies in a small vale set between the three low hills. The Medon trades primarily along the edge of the Erenborn, runs just past the east side of the village. The famous trade hall is situated here for easier access, two-story wooden building, etc. Taylor was to bring shadow. painting trolls, marauding bandits, plagues of vicious Dumbledores that felt to be just part of the normal part of everyday life. However, for the past fortnight, an unexpected new terror has been visited on these hardy villagers. Once the night is first made its presence felt, they call it the Whisper Shadow. Now the Litha are very reluctant to speak directly to their unwelcome nocturnal visitor. Apparently they're getting visited by the spirit of something that wants something. So we get the layout of the town. Even though the Sail Spring, who dare to live under the eaves of the Blackwood, need a very good reason to venture inside the forest. One such reason is a strangely circular patch of gooseberry bushes about 6 miles southwest of the town. Gooseberries are very popular for making jams, jellies, relishes, and the fruit from the patches without here. The height of the gooseberry patch is a 30-foot tall spire of black and bluish stones that are not normally found in the area. The secrets of the Carn Gessa deer. It's the home of the befriended, fallen cousins of the Woes. The befriends still reside further out in the Rasvorn, but they have had to abandon this region in the middle of the Second Age when it became the home of numerous tree horrors, savage Hurons without any inns to moderate their behavior. Well, that's a good enough reason to stay out of the neighborhood, right? The NPCs, their notable villagers, the layout of the area, and the gooseberry patches and the strange rocks. The layout of Fugen Melon. The interior of the Carn Gastier looks like a constructed rock to me. The task. Primary objective is to end the haunting of Bor Leath, and a fairly simple task with ample rewards. Mission is not as easy as it seems, but the rewards are substantial. The players are all assumed to have started down the Melbourne Trace to southern Sardaland, either for involved personal reasons or simply because of widespread rumors that adventures are in high demand in the capital. They will inevitably enter Bor Leath and stop at the trade hall. They may decide to undertake the mission through their interactions with the locals. Aides, almost any of the residents of the town, except perhaps Elmorisil, can provide more adequate detailed account of haunting and directions to the Carn Gassidair. Saren is likely to offer services as a guide, which could prove very handy if the party is not inclined to search beyond the Carn. It's critical players pick up on as many hints about significance of fire so they can complete the mission. Obstacles. Direct object pack. No shortage of obstacles, although the defeaters of the villagers may be a problem. The first serious obstacle encountered was likely to be the nasty flora of Rasvorn. The roses and brambles will make it a sneaky approach pretty painful. Even in the unlikely event that trolls are lured, they're likely to fall quickly. They're dangerous only if they're surprised. If they surprise a group that is approaching their lair at night. The only really dangerous combat will be with the demon and the animated corpses, and only if the group is very low level. Right? So, it's a good introduction to getting into the region and becoming involved. So, encounters, dangerous plants. The Hell is a lesser demon left to guard Magellan's Fogu is the type known to experts in such matters as a shadow elf, appears a ghostly remnant of a 6-foot tall elf, and can use fire law, calm spirits, and light law. Elibreth Whisper Shadow was a bard when she was alive and lived for Melon Lothdale, although he really knows this love compels her to rescue him from his agony, even though she is now free to escape the Fugu. Evelith appears much as she did in life, tall, pale, dark-haired elf of middling beauty by elven standards, with a harness for light green clothing. NPCs and creatures that can be encountered. It says Melon died by fire and believes that he is still burning. His spirit manifests itself as a tall, handsome elf who is burning from head to foot. There you go. Right. Adventures around the Cabden, 10 miles northwest of the village, deep within the Aaron Vorn lies the cozy home of old Coel, this gal. Many yarns and even fewer are spun about the crone of the woods, but fewer accurate and even fewer derisive, for she is the finest herb mistress among the region. She clearly prefers the company of animals and plants to that of people, and few disturb her solitude unless they absolutely need to. Even old Coel does not know about the cliffs of her home, where once the site primary iron mine of the petty dwarf colony in Rathbourne. Old animal friends only told her there is a big cave in the cliff. Villagers, old Coel's bear, then the Turok owns some of the lesser demon. He actually called a major fire demon. So we got yet another demon. The area around the cabin, old Coel's little hideaway in the old abandoned petty dwarf mine, upper mines, lower mines. The task. Whether the party sets out demon hunting or merely seeks Coel's medical services, they will be forced to confront and destroy the Naruk. Coel's bewitchment will not end until the demon is destroyed. According to players, aids, obstacles. The lady's bewitched, they say, or she's, as old as she is, she could be crazy, but the demons mess with her head, so you're going to have to free that from her, etc., etc. Rewards. Additional NPCs. Han, one of the 3 surviving Woe priestesses, is overall command. Gim, commander of the guards. So, much of these fine fellows and ladies to deal with. Wegog, the snow troll. I always want to deal with a nice snow troll in the middle of a wooded vast forest, right? Bear Hills. Olua Wegog. Entry level to the Forgotten Grottos, the entry level, all of the things you can encounter. Forgotten Grottos, the main level. Forgotten Grottos, the lower level. So this is your primary adventure for the module. Task. Adventurers in the Bear Hills begin with the notion of exploring, aka looting, the Woe ruins they hope to find. Unfortunately, the party will not be the first to arrive, and their mission will become the elimination of all the evil that is beginning to fester there. This is a much larger task than the party will have previously encountered, and it will also change the mood from a mystery to a subterranean adventure that stresses the virtues of stealth, lock and trap skills, and perhaps clever negotiations. Starting in players, the party's been playing through the module. Short campaign Expedition to Bear Hills should be a natural extension of their unraveling the secrets of the Erranborn, the Blackwood. This quest can begin with a separate adventure and minor modifications. The group will arrive in Bor Leath, and they would begin the Haunting of Bor Leath. Right? Aids, obstacles, rewards. It's not, like I said, I know I ran it once, and I don't think I went back, but it's just your atypical dealing with demon, powerful critters and creatures and magical beasts, and saving the town and the villages, and ridding a area of an evil that's increasingly becoming a problem. So there you go. It's not a bad little module if you get your hands on it. I would recommend it.